Now another day I was just browsing through my phone when I stumbled across a video that caught me off guard. Power ranks every Fortnite season, tier list. And I was thinking to myself, maybe these guys know how to make a really good tier list. Because let's just say there are some other tier lists that are nothing but good.
So it's going to the top of Mega Ultra Swag and staying there. So Mega is the first season to go in absolute dog water. With that being said, I'm putting Chapter 2 Season 6 at the top of the
I just want to say that if you honestly believe that this is true, then please pass me down the stuff that you're smoking. So Power, if your list is some hot garbage, I will not resist to find you. In game, of course.
And there we go. That is our tier list. Our best seasons in Fortnite. Apparently, our best season is Chapter 1, Season 4. Do we agree with this?
I liked it. No.
And then, Alex, what's yours?
Mine's probably Chapter 2, Season 8.
You what? What, are you mad?
No, I just got unbanned. I was playing, like, I was enjoying life.
And there we go. That is our rankings for every season of Fortnite.
Ah, hell nah. What were they cooking? For real though, where do I even begin before I slam my keyboard? First of all, why are there only 2 OG seasons in God tier? Why the freak is Chapter 2 Season 1 in the same conversation as Chapter 4 Season 1? Chapter 2 Season 1 literally had almost 0 updates for 130 days. And why the freak are any Chapter 5 seasons cracking above average? That's what surprises me the most. Also, you are a fucking vegetable if you actually believe that Season 3 of Chapter 3 is in the same conversation as Season 4 of Chapter 4. Overall, throw this thing in the garbage can. This is absolutely disgusting. Which is why, in today's video, we're going to be ranking every single Fortnite season, starting off with Chapter 1 of Season 1 to Chapter 6 of Season 2. And there's no better way to start than Chapter 1.
Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, Season 8, Season 9, Season 8. Not Season X.
Now I'm going to be putting every single Chapter 1 season except for X in S tier. And the reason why is because every single season except for X is what made Fortnite. It was prime Fortnite. It was what, created the whole Fortnite theme. This was prime Fortnite. This was when every single kid in the world knew what Fortnite was. This is what literally made Fortnite a mainstream game. And we literally saw this game on the news like 10 different times. Heck, even Mongrel himself was on the news playing this game. Which is why Chapter 1 as a whole, except for Season X, is going to be in S tier. And as for Season X, well, somebody roll the clip.
Getting mech! The mech's tarping in! He's tarping in! The mech is tarping in! The mech is on high ground!
Dude, what am I playing? Bro, what are we playing?
I just saw a mech missile. Yep. I definitely saw a mech laser on my screen.
Now we have reached arguably one of the most controversial chapters of all time, which is Chapter 2. And immediately I'm going to do this. You see the Chapter 2 Season 1 right here? Yeah? Follow me. D tier. I'm going to give you 2 reasons why we're doing this. Chapter 2 Season 1 is the longest non-updated season in Fortnite history, with over 130 days.
Damn!
One singular update. They added a harpoon.
What the heck does this harpoon gun do? You want to know? That's what it does. Go get yourself a damn harpoon gun.
A harpoon. I'm sorry. You know how long 130 days are? Just so you know, the average Fortnite season lasts about 87 to 96 days. This is about 50 days plus. Alright, now that we're done with the horrifically slowly paced Season 1, we're gonna go to the goated Season 2. Automatically, S freaking tier. No question, not only does this arguably have one of the best tier 100 skins, but also it had one of the greatest live events of all time, which is Travis Scott. The agency, the vaults, everything about the season, chef's kiss. We go on to Season 3. Now, here's the question. For all of you Season 3 glazers, 50% of people don't even like the water. They didn't like the flood. This is not better than Season 2. So for that, it's going to be a B tier. Also, they took my boy Midas out of the storyline for quite a while. So again, B tier. Season 4, the live event, trash, but very good season. Marble seasons are very good. A tier. The only reason why it's not S tier is because the live event wasn't as good as Travis Scott, but very good season at that. Season 5, carried by collabs. C tier. Season 6.
Ew!
We already know where this goes. F tier. Season 7. I'm pretty sure this season added Rick Sanchez into Fortnite. Just for that, S tier. Season 8. Literally the same thing, but slightly more forgettable. So A tier. And with that, Chapter 2, the most 50-50 chapter of all time, is complete. Moving on to Chapter 3, we have arguably one of the greatest Season 1 openers of all time, but it is not S tier, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll tell you why. This arguably has one of the worst loopholes of all time, if not Fortnite history. The striker pump back then tickled your feet. This is donkey water. Horrible. This is literally the first season that introduced the spray meta, when someone just sprayed your box and just ruined your day because your shotgun did pitiful amount of damage. The Spider-Man mythics though were amazing. Arguably one of the greatest mobility items of all time. The Rock was in the game, but the loophole of the season matters to me a lot. And in this season, the loophole was trash. So that's why it's going to be an A tier. Moving on to Season 2. This introduced no builds, which is already going to place it at A tier. And the reason why is because half the population, guys, would not be playing this game if it wasn't for no build. Your dad, your grandma, your older cousin played snow builds because they don't have time to go into creative and crank 90s for 5 hours straight and expect to full box a Unreal player in your average battle royale. The only negative that I could possibly think for the season is that updates were kind of sloppy here and there, and also they had the drum shotgun, but they did bring the Ranger shotgun, which is arguably one of the best long range shotguns of all time. Next one, we have Chapter 3 Season 3. This is the first season I've ever played in Fortnite history, and I'll keep it a buck with you. This season was pretty C tier. I'm not even gonna lie. The only thing that saves it from not being a D or E is because it had Darth freaking Vader, the battle pass was aight, and also Dragon Ball Z came in and swooped the day. And also John Cena was added here. So yeah, pretty good, solid, but not the greatest at all, which lands it as a C tier. Moving on to Season 4, battle pass, pretty mid, I'm not even gonna lie. No one liked the chrome, which is why it's going to be a pretty low C tier. And also the chrome weapons were deplorable, complete trash. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Chapter 3.
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Moving on, we got Chapter 4 Season 1. Chapter 4 obviously being my favorite chapter of all time. I'll be a glazer of Chapter 4 until the day I die. We're going to start with Season 1. Season 1, S tier. Let me give you some valuable, very logical reasons why. Let me explain, okay? Let me cook, all right? Look at this season, right? The loophole of Chapter 4. Greatest loophole in a while since Chapter 2. Greatest loophole. The Red Eye, arguably one of the greatest assault rifles of all time. The Thunder Pump hits like a truck. The Twin Mag SMG, precise, fast, strong, versatile. Peak, the hammer, arguably one of the most fun mobility items of all time. The map being rock solid. Everywhere had solid loot wherever you went. The Excalibur rifle being one of the coolest, most creative marksman rifles ever added to Fortnite, period. The battle pass, peak 9 out of 10. The super styles were Galaxy, and Galaxy styles are said by Fortnite to be the coolest styles Fortnite has ever offered before. The heating system update, the exotics, to this day one of the greatest exotics of all time. What else could you ask for? The collabs, you had Deku, you had the second wave of Dragon Ball Z consistent updates. The mythic hammer, the Scar was back. Like, what else could you ask for? Chapter 4 Season 1 is probably the greatest Season 1 of all time, besides Chapter 1 of Season 1 that made this game, period. Which is why it's an S tier, and Chapter 4, to my heart, is always going to be an S tier chapter. Moving on, we got Chapter 4 Season 2, my favorite season in Fortnite history. You already know where this is going, but to be extra biased and extra nerdy, top of S. Give me one loophole, right, better than this season's. Tell me one shotgun that is better than the Mythic Havoc pump. Not only does this one pump in regular builds, but also zero builds. The overclocked pulse rifle Mythic version competing with the Mythic MK7 from Chapter 3 for the most broken weapon in Fortnite history. The katana is one of the coolest, probably the greatest mobility item of all time. The collabs, they had Star Wars this season. You know what they did with Star Wars? They actually gave force abilities to the lightsabers and different ones. Eren Yeager, one of my favorite animes of all time. Peak favorite vibe of all time. S tier, in my opinion. Now, after all the glazing, we have to enter Chapter 4, Season 3. Wilds, right? A lot of people would put it right beside F, right? Here's the thing. I'm going to put this in C tier. Now, listen to me, right? Listen to me. Wilds is a very bad season. The jungle biome sucks. Zero mobility, right? That's pretty much it. If you think about it, that's pretty much it. The loot pool was pretty solid for what it was. The drum shotgun dominated zero build, and the Shark 2 shotgun, as much as rebranded as it is, it's still a shotgun last time I checked. It's still a pump shotgun last time I checked. It's still a pretty good shotgun last time I checked. The second best, if not the greatest shotgun in the game, the Havoc pump, was still in this game last time I checked for a pretty long time. The Flapjack rifle was a domination, an absolute destroyer of worlds in mid to close range combat. The attack SMG was unvaulted and was in this season one of the most powerful SMGs we have ever seen in our lives. The battle pass itself was pretty good as well. The super styles were pretty unique as well last time I checked. I get it, the jungle biome really did suck, but that's practically all you can say. Also, the mammoth pistol came in this season. The explosive repeater rifle came in this season, so it's going to be a C. It's not good, but it's not bad either. Moving on to a better season, Chapter 4, Season 4. Chapter 4 went out with a bang. This season is the definition of peak in its finest. You had the rocket ram for great mobility. You had the twin mag assault rifle, to this day competing with the red eye for the most broken and greatest assault rifle of all time. Infantry pump, probably not the greatest pump of all time, but the Shark Tooth was still dominating, still blowing up, and still going crazy. All POIs were fresh, super cool, super clean. Getting the vaults and the mythics was arguably one of the coolest experiences you could ever have in Chapter 4. Saying all that, this is obviously going to go to S tier. Another peak, very good, very top tier season. Arguably one of the greatest of all time. And yeah, bye-bye Chapter 4. Moving on, we got Chapter 5. Now, before we stumble upon the absolute trash that is Chapter 5, we're going to be going to Season OG. Now, you already know this is S tier. I mean, what can I say? The nostalgia, the loot pool, the fact that so many players were coming back online because Fortnite OG was back. This is peak. The battle pass was super good. Everything about this is S tier. The nostalgia was there for OG. Anything OG besides Season X is going to be top tier. Now we can go to Chapter 5. Chapter 5 Season 1, B tier. Pretty decent loot pool. The Thunderburst SMG and the Frenzy Auto Shotgun, plus the Reaper Sniper, is arguably one of the greatest weapons we've ever seen and added in Fortnite history. The battle pass was pretty good. They added Peter Griffin, so it's going to be a B tier for now. Anyway, moving on to Season 2. Trash. Absolute trash. You're going to tell me that you're going to have a season based on the Greek gods just for 4 weeks later to remove all of the mythics. Your loot pool is complete trash. The Thunderburst SMG is literally better than every single AR in your whole loot pool. That's when you know your AR meta is trash. The only thing that came good out of this season was probably Avatar: The Last Airbender and the Gatekeeper shotgun. Everything after that, deplorable. Moving on, we got Season 3 of Chapter 5. You already know where this is going. This is going in F tier. The loot pool was trash, horrible, disgusting, except for the combat shotgun that got a noob rebrand, but at the same time, that's not saving it from the absolute trash of the season that this is. The cars took over this whole season. Competitive was a nightmare. Everything about the season was trash. I do not want to hear, oh, adapt. No, you cannot adapt to this. I'm sorry. This is something that we have never seen before in Fortnite history. It is F tier. Season 4. Very good battle pass, pretty good loot pool, pretty good storyline, and introduced some pretty good live events, making it B tier. I didn't want to spend too much time on this season because everybody does not want to talk about Chapter 5, neither remember it. So let's move on to Chapter 6. And of course, before we go to Chapter 6, we have to mention Chapter 2 Remix. This season was a pretty good season. It's A tier. The live event, pretty good. Battle pass, pretty crap. I just did not think the rappers in Chapter 2 was just not the most ideal thing, because I just wanted to feel the true glory of Chapter 2, which I didn't get. But hey, I mean, It was still very fun, still very enjoyable. Tons of memes, tons of content. It's an A tier season. And now, of course, we go to chapter 6. Chapter 6, season 1. A tier. Very good season, not S tier though. Loot pool, very one-sided. Battle pass, okay, I guess. Map, very good though. Very good map. The medallions, irrelevant, I guess. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I can say about this season. It's pretty good. The Hollow Twister assault rifle was a very good assault rifle. The Sentinel pump shotgun, arguably one of the greatest shotguns of all time. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say. This season right now, Chapter 6, Season 2, the most current season, it is B tier. The reason why is because I think that there are a ton, and I mean a ton, of overpowered weapons in this chapter. I mean, in this season. The amount of broken things that there are in this season just makes my head hurt. The amount of mythics, the amount of exotics, the amount of things that are packed into this season is just too much broken. The loot pool is just too broken. You have stuff like the twin fire assault rifle. You have so many mythics in here. It's crazy. The battle pass is okay. It's pretty good. Not the best. Super styles, pretty forgettable. But overall, it's a pretty B tier season. It's not good. It's not bad. It's pretty good. And yeah, this is my season tier list. Roast me in the comment section if you want. I'm being as fair as I can. These are my opinions. And yeah, guys. By the way, guys, I'm a level 1 content creator. Just kidding, guys. I'm literally level 582. I don't even touch grass.